Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Nate Real Midwest podcast. We are live today. It is 8:33 a.m. in the morning, as most people are probably getting up and you are probably getting your coffee and listening to this live. Quite interesting. Today we're going to talk about a little bit of some stuff that is coming down with everything. If you are just joining me, grab your coffee, listen up. Welcome to the Nate Real Midwest podcast. We are going to talk about something different. Today, we're talking about the Kennedy Center. Yes, the Kennedy Center. What happened to the Kennedy Center that nobody caught? And I noticed something like I have done before. And I wanted to state out something about the Kennedy Center. Thank you. The Kennedy Center, okay, did something in the most reliable way that shocked me. Did anybody see what the Kennedy Center was? It was not that normal, how do I say this politely, satanic thing, right? With the gold and everything. It was red and black. Now, what is that symbolization of red and black being? It was red. They had a lot of Christian artists and stuff, and it was very interesting. It was much different. And then the medals that Trump gave out were not the medals from the last year's Kennedy Center. You know what I mean? They were not the medals of the last Kennedy Center. They had the pride flag. These medals were true American medals, not the pride-ish stuff that they did last year. Because, remember last year they had the pride stuff. This year they did not. They looked normal. Melania looked amazing. And then President Trump's speech was really great. I haven't watched the full thing, but I kind of wanted to let you guys know that the Kennedy Center has changed when Trump was there. You're welcome. Thank you guys for the comments. The Kennedy Center has changed when Trump was there, okay? And the reason why I'm going to say the Kennedy Center has changed while Trump was there is because it is not the same as it was in the way past. It was so much different, so much I could call patriotic and stuff, as much people would say patriotic. It was red and black. Now, I have some assumptions about why it was that way and why Trump wanted that way. Well, first of all, he didn't want any satanic um, backscreen and stuff. So it was just a quite interesting feel to it, because they were like, okay, Trump's like, no, I don't want the Golden Globe, golden crappy stuff at the Kennedy Center, right? So it was red and black. And you saw Meryl Streep sitting next to the president and had that, oh, I have to be next to him. That was kind of funny to me. Like her face and stuff was just like, oh, this is the worst day of my life, and I have to sit there, I think most of them, but all the other ones were so excited to be there and stuff, and all the other ones got their medals, but she couldn't get her medal, She was so mad. She had to sit next to the President of the United States, and her face showed it all. She was just like, just clapping like that. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. I was laughing so hard about it. It was just amazing. But the Kennedy Center has changed. It's not like that Golden Globe. It was red. They did Phantom Opera. David Flip Phelps was there. It was so different. It was different because it was not like all of this. Thank you. It was not all of this um you know, as a podcaster, doing a live podcast, I really thought about the Kennedy Center as a very, very, um, very different idea and stuff. And I really want to talk about the Kennedy Center again, and so I get some other news. But it is so interesting that that Kennedy Center has changed what we had it in the past to now. It was more patriotic. It was more American. It was not out of this golden satanic stuff, It was American. It was American, okay? It was American. It was American looking like Trump was there. And I know there was a lot of people that were mad about Trump being there, because you saw Meryl Streep. I call her Meryl Sheep. I don't really care what you get. Like, she's just a sheep in a devil's clothing. You know what I mean? She is just so much a sheep in the devil's clothing. But it was so very interesting to me that Meryl Streep was there. She was there, okay? Like, she was sitting not close to the president, but next to the president of the United States. And, the one thing that I don't get was she had her angry face, just like, oh, darn it, Donald J. Trump. Joe Biden, I would be happy, So it was very, very interesting to separate and put stuff together and what everything was going on. But yeah, that was just like the off-topic announcement that I have. I really want to talk about what's really happening in Minnesota, the stuff that is going on, these ice rage people simping for these people to, like, they don't do the research. It's what the mainstream media wants to tell them and stuff. And this is this is gonna be a much shorter podcast. I'm much busier today, but I thought I would come back on. But yeah, this is gonna be live, but it will not be part of the podcast season. This is gonna be much shorter because I have to go somewhere today. But I just wanted to be live and talk about this. But I just wanted to make sure on something of the people that are saying that Trump is cutting Medicare. He's not cutting Medicare. That's not happening. So stop listening to your freaking mainstream media. Stop listening to what the mainstream media is saying. Stop it. They cut the fraud, waste, and the fraud, waste, and abuse and stuff. So for the people that are saying that Trump cut Medicare and all that sort of stuff, that is false and stuff. And the people saying that I have to do my research, I have done my research. I have done my research. I have done a whole bunch of stuff. And I would like to tell you that our federal grant for public safety and stuff is really, really low. It is 5.3%. That is why 100 police officers stepped down. And that is why, no, I will defend Trump all my days. You guys defend, the worst of the worst people. You saw Bill Clinton and the Epstein files and stuff, and you guys shut up. No, there is no legal battle that is happening in the state of Minnesota at all. And I want to make sure that's very, very clear. No, what is happening is people are getting up in their feelings because they had no problem when Obama was deporting people. Okay, let me repeat that again. You had no problem when Obama was deporting people, and he was called the deporter in chief. Are you telling me now that there's a problem when Trump is doing it? You guys weren't complaining when Obama was doing it, so stop. Stop that they're saying there's a legal battle. There is no legal battle happening in Minnesota. What is happening is sorry people who are just so up in their feelings that just want to go protest. But if a Democrat does it, you're fine. I don't understand this. I don't understand why a Democrat does something and you guys are fine with it. Trump is doing everything legal. everything legal and stuff. That was the problem. Okay? The problem is you guys are doing stuff that is not okay. And what you guys are saying in the comments is false. And like you guys are just it's so interesting with you guys right now. Um oops. So yeah, I've searched so many things. I have searched so many things right now on this podcast. So don't come up here and think that you know better than what is going on because you're listening to the mainstream media. We're getting criminals, we're getting pedophiles out. That's what we're doing in the state of Minnesota. But you guys are simping to this. You are. You're not researching. You're doing what the mainstream media is telling you. You're not researching. I think the problem is. I think
Fake news, fake news.
Oh, I'm not a podcast. The problem is stuff is um running a podcast is hard work, you all. There's no centered system, right? There's not a centered system, but people want to research and they want to have this idea of what is going on, what we're seeing and stuff. And I know what was going on. And it's not gonna be a long podcast. This is just gonna be live. Okay. I'm just giving you a brief that you guys are not doing your research. You're not. People now just are listening what the mainstream media tells you. You're not doing your research on stuff. You're listening what the left media is telling you. The left news. Let me complete that. You're listening to the left news. It's the truth, okay? So stop simping for these pedophiles, okay? Stop simping for them, all right? We're removing them from the state of Minnesota. And that is what happens. Good morning, guys. So that's kind of what I'm going to say. And like, I'm sorry, this is not a long podcast. This is not going to be the episode that's going to be on there. I'm going to have to end because something has came up, sadly, on stuff. I wish something has not coming up, sadly, but this is going to be a very short podcast, but I'm going to want to make something clear for you. Listen to me very carefully, all right? You ready? Do your research before the mainstream media posts stuff to analyze your views. Just to let you guys know. God bless you guys. I'm going to end a little bit early. Somebody was knocking on the freaking door. I need to know why. So, all right. God bless.